Hi guys, I wanted to share a surprise I found in my crisper drawer. So I was getting out some parsley seeds and lavender seeds that I had put in the crisper drawer beginning of, or what is that, January 20th. So I was going to take them out to start getting them, actually planted into soil, get them ready to go. It's been a month. And I had forgotten that I had also saved some stuff. And so this is from a plum pit. I had gotten some Stanley plums at a local orchard. Now, what are the chances that when any of them grow? So, sorry, fussing. So these 6 right here are 6 of them. I just took the plums, the pits from the plums that I was eating, making used jams and things like that. And I rolled them up into damp paper towel, nice and snug like a bug in a rug, labeled the bag, and tossed them into the crisper drawer, where I have various and sundry other little things. So when I got out, when I went in to look for the lavender and the parsley seeds, I realized, oh yeah, I've got all these little, pips and stuff like that. So I did Stanley plum, some pips or seeds from a Granny Smith apple that I saved, seeds from a Comice pear that I also saved. And interestingly enough, I got quite a few germinating. So these 6 plum pits that are sprouting, there's one that's sticking out of the soil. It's tall enough. I was going ahead. Rest of them I kind of buried in so they'd be snug for a little while. I also have a larger pot. These are just basically red soil cups. Holes on the bottom for drainage. We're expecting rain tonight and tomorrow. So I'm going to put them outside in a sheltered area and hope like heck that it rains because this soil is, I just took it out of the bag. I didn't put water in it or anything like that, just because I'm fighting the sun going down here. And it's going to get dark here in a second. And even though I have lights in my garage, they're not the best. So I have the 6 plum pits that sprouted. I also have a whole bunch that weren't sprouting, but I just want to see. So are these the only 6 that were going to germinate out of, I think there were like 2 dozen or so. Don't know, but we're going to see. So I put the unsprouted pits in a bigger pot, just put the whole ones in a single layer around in concentric circles, covered them with soil, and I'm just going to leave them there and see what happens. This little cup is the Comice pear. There were 6 seeds in here. All but one had sprouted and was happily growing away. I put the one seed that wasn't sprouted yet in the center, just so if it decided it did want to go ahead and go, I would. So, and then I got to the Granny Smith and I remembered, hey, this would be a cool YouTube moment, at least for me. So, these are the apple. Now, are they a little past? So I'm going to have to tease these apart. But am I a little past? And they look kind of like bean sprouts right now. But I won't know until I try. So let me turn you off, get the paper towel and teased, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I finally got them all teased out. See what I mean about them looking like bean sprouts? So what I'm going to do, I think I counted 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the red solo cup thing, and I am just going to get them in as best I can without breaking. I had to do a lot of tearing of the paper towel to get the roots, because the roots were going in between the layers of the paper towel, but that's all right. Now, this could be a complete and total failure. I rather doubt I'm going to get Granny Smith apple trees out of these, but could be getting some rootstock. They would be probably standard size, regular size rootstock, but you can keep the tree trimmed and keep it down to a normal size if you want to. There are ways to get around the whole dwarf, semi-dwarf standard size. So I've got these apple tree seedlings to get in. And then I also discovered there's a persimmon tree, just a wild persimmon tree at my parents' house. So I grabbed a few persimmons from that and saved them. And I'm going to plant those and see if I can't get persimmon trees too. Hi guys. So I was filming, or so I thought, and had gotten like, I don't even know how long I'd gotten, talking about what I'd just done and a couple other things that I accomplished today, and just realized I hadn't hit the button to record. So Shazbot. So anyway, so what did I end up doing? The Stanley plum pits, I ended up with 6. Got those planted individual cups because they're all sprouting. The Comice pears, I ended up with 6. The Granny Smith apple seeds or pips, I ended up with 10 of those that I planted in 2 separate cups. Everything's labeled. Let's hope the label stays. Doesn't go blown out. And then the persimmons, there were 7 persimmons. So I planted 4 in one cup and 3 in the other, labeled. And they're out here at the corner of my house. The other side, where's my hand? Other side around the corner of this house. That was not very well done, was it? Oh well. And so anticipating this rain that I'm going to get. Now, knowing full well, no rain will come of it. If I'm counting on the rain to water in all these seeds and everything like that, it won't happen. The lavender and the parsley seeds that were also in the refrigerator, that was the original thing that I was going to do, was get those in soil and ready to go. They're still waiting to get planted. I'll get those done tomorrow, hopefully while it's raining. I'll do it inside my garage. But what else did I get done today? Actually, quite a bit. So yesterday, I planted my second blueberry plant. I'm doing a more consolidated method. My original plan was that I was going to do 1 raised bed per blueberry and do 2 blueberries. And then I watched a YouTube video, and again, I think I've mentioned this in a past video, that the YouTuber, the way he planted his blueberries was that he had a raised bed that was probably about the same size as what I have here. This is a 5x5 foot square raised bed. It's about a foot tall. And his may have been 6x6. I'm not for sure. He didn't, I don't think he remembered. Don't remember the dimensions if he gave them, but it looked about the same. He planted 1 blueberry plant in each corner. Oh, face is going. Sorry. Hang on. Weird. Do I look normal? Okay, so evidently I can't talk. Okay, so he planted 1 blueberry bush in each of the 4 corners. So he had 4 plants in 1 little spot. I'm going to do that a little bit. I'm going to do 3 in this spot because his may have been a little bit larger, but we'll just have to see. So I have the blueberry that I got a couple years ago that I planted in that spot last year. And of course I had planted it smack dab in the center of the planting area. So a week or so ago, I came out and kind of pried it up out of the ground. It's still dormant. Pried it up and put it closer to the corner to free up that middle spot. The second blueberry plant that I ordered from Gurney's, Kablooey, which is supposed to be a really good tasting blueberry. I'm going to hold you to it, Gurney's. I planted that kind of so I think I'm going to do it so that there's one in this corner, one here on this side, and on the long side of the far side, and then do the other one kind of on this other corner, so it makes kind of like a little triangle instead of a square. So I got that done yesterday, and I grabbed another clump of the strawberries that I had moved previously. I think I filmed that. If not, hey, I'm digging up blueberry or strawberry plants and dividing them and planting them in new spots. So I did another clump also yesterday, planted it back in that raised bed. So that was yesterday. Today I dug up, I have 3 wild roses that I actually planted on purpose about 5 years ago from cuttings that I had grabbed from a wild rose over at my parents' house. That is a spectacular rose. It, ooh, is that the space station? Anyway, face going in. So I grabbed 3 cuttings. It's a beautiful dark pink, almost purpley color, and it's gorgeous. And I brought them over here. I put them in a pot. That may be this. Don't fall on me. So I took 3 I took more than that, but 3 cuttings actually rooted and survived. I planted them. I don't know if you can kind of sort of make it where there's some brush over there. I planted them in kind of an L formation to make kind of like a little corner, and have been struggling mightily to keep the ground underneath the plant weed-free, or at least mowed down. But no matter how hard I try, the ramblings, they just kind of tumble over onto the ground, and then you can't unless you weed whack the brambles as well, which is kind of defeating the purpose. So I was sitting there thinking about it, what I could possibly do. I've been trying to think of ways to trellis it to get it up off the ground, and then just came to the realization that it's a rambling rose. It's a wild rose. It bloomed, the 3 of them bloom, maybe 2 weeks in the spring, and then that's it. And then it's a hot mess for the rest of the growing season. Doesn't really have any kind of like rose hips or anything like that to make it useful. So I've made the decision that I'm going to dig them up and get them out of my way. I dug up one today, and I filled the spot with a pear tree that I had grafted. It's been in the pot for too long. I think like 2 years it's been in. Yeah, it's probably even longer than that. Poor little thing. So I knew if I didn't get it into the ground soon, the poor little thing was going to die. I had grafted a scion from a Kiefer pear over at my parents' house onto it, because it's actually a pretty good little pear. I finally got that to grow and successfully take off, and it's doing fine. The whole thing is probably about 3 feet tall now, and it's branching nicely up from the top because I have been keeping it pruned and that kind of stuff. But it's been woefully neglected. So it's in the ground, and the soil has been amended. It's been fertilized. I have mulch by way of compost on top, keeping it away from the trunk so it doesn't cause, the dreaded tree volcano effect. And again, anticipating the rain. The other thing I did is I have 2 honeyberry bushes. One is called Berry Blue, and I want to say the other one's Borealis, but I don't know for sure because I lost the tag on that. Hopefully it's somewhere in my garage, and when I finally get around to cleaning out my garage, I can find it and write it down somewhere. I'm really trying to make better records and take care of them. So I know exactly what I have and when I put it in and all that kind of stuff. But I have these 2 bushes that I've had for quite a long time, probably 6 years or so. Excuse me. And I planted them in the ground on the north side of the house, but they just got too much sun in the summer and got way too hot. Honeyberries, they do really well. They will survive really cold winters. They're really good for up like north, but they don't do well with hot summers. And I've toyed with doing shade cloth and things like that. Finally, last year, I dug up one of the honeyberries and I planted it in one of these white plastic half barrel planters that my dad made for me. And it was doing really well. And it was starting to take off and actually look like an actual honeyberry bush. And I kind of neglected it. Wasn't paying attention to any possible weeds and stuff like that were growing up. Had a clump of, I'm guessing, fescue grass that came up right through the center of the plant. And the only way to get that clump of grass out was to wait until winter, and the grass died back. And I had to dig the plant out. Ended up having to break the plant into 3 pieces. Luckily, each piece had a pretty good root system. So hopefully now I have 3 of these, I think, Borealis honeyberry plants. I cleaned up the barrel, re-amended the soil, put in fertilizer, and replanted 2 of the 3 pieces parts. I potted up the 3rd one. I'm going to take that over to my parents and plant it over there. Then the second honeyberry, which is the berry blue, again, I think, it was still in the ground and it was not looking good. It's alive, but I just wanted to get it up and out of the ground and see if I can put it somewhere else. In the process, digging it up, that came up, no problem. And then I realized that there were, again, parts that could probably be divided. I ended up with 5 divisions, and it's getting darker. 5 divisions that I potted up, and I'm just going to let them chill out and do what they want to do. And then hopefully replant one of the survivors for here, because you need 2, goodbye ducks. You need 2, they're kind of like blueberries. You need 2 different kinds to cross-pollinate and make more berries. So do that. Send over hopefully a couple to my mom and dad so they can have some of these. I trimmed my Wolf River apple tree that I planted last year. And I think that's enough. So it's getting dark. I'm going to button up tonight. Hope you can see me in this video. And see what I can get done yet tomorrow if it doesn't rain too hard. Otherwise, it'll be Friday. But I also need to get into my bees. I've been saying all February that I need to go check on my bees. Most of them were out and flying today. 6 of the 8 hives seem to be okay. 1, I'm pretty sure is dead. And the other one I'm still not too sure about. I thought it was dead. Didn't hear anything in there, and today there were bees flying in and out. So it could very well be another hive that's thinking about swarming, is checking it out as a new spot, or there's actually bees in there. But I need to get something done with these dang bees. I am so bad. All right, I'll keep rambling, and you won't be able to see me at all. All right, so thanks for listening to me ramble. And just so you know, this is basically just kind of a way, a visual record for me to go back and look at in case I say, what did I do that day or that year? So, so I know. So, but if you watch it and find anything interesting about it, thanks. All right, everyone have a great day, night. evening. Stay safe.